your hands. It's an honor to be here, specifically because I like to be amongst patriots. That was, since I started my journey many decades ago, a nation that loses its patriotism loses. That's a fact. Patriotism is a virus that once you get it, there is no vaccine, there's no cure for it, and once you get that patriotic virus, your job is to spread it. And that's why I like being in an element like this. I'm here invited as a guest, but I am also here to introduce a very special individual who is receiving the People's Mayor Award tonight. Now I know Curtis gets a little squeamish when Scott Lobato's introducing him because Scott Lobato has no filter. Well, let me tell you something about this guy, Curtis Leela. I'm sure there's very few people that know him as long as I do. When he was first on WABC radio, I'm talking, what is it, 30 years ago, Curtis?
35.
35. Curtis and Kobe was on in the morning, and I started doing my activism and my thing and fighting with my artwork and doing my billboards and protesting. And then my very first arrest, I knew was coming, which was in '99 at the Brooklyn Museum when they were constantly bashing Christianity with taxpayers' money, by the way. And as an artist, I was the only artist in the city that went up against the second largest museum in America, Brooklyn Museum. And everybody said, Scott, you're gonna blow your art career. I said, it's wrong. These are the people that preach separation of church and state when the nativity scene is in public. But they were using your money, taxpayers' dollars, to bash Christianity through the arts. And I said, no fucking way. Needless to say, you will never see my artwork in any museum. But that's okay. But that's okay. And knowing Curtis, who has been arrested, I'm in second place. Okay? I've been arrested a lot, but Curtis holds, he's got the gold medal, I got the bronze. And I said, I gotta talk to somebody because this is my first arrest. I don't know what to do, what's gonna happen to me, I'm gonna go to jail. Are they gonna tell me to drop the soap? And I was scared. And I called Curtis, and he showed up at the Brooklyn Museum, and he ran me through the whole process. Thank you, Curtis. And ever since then, it's a regular occurrence. But I want to address the elephant in the room. I still get hate from former friends and other uneducated people who blame me and a few other of us who were hard on this campaign to make him the next mayor of the city.
Fuck them.
And I still, I'll get to that. And I still have to, it's sad, I still have to explain, even with all of Curtis's votes going to that guy Cuomo, this jihad gypsy terrorist would have still won. He still would have won. The math is all there. It's a fact. And even if all of Curtis's votes went to Cuomo, half of those people that are in this room I know that would have never voted for Cuomo. So, that's a fact. That's a fact. Man Dandy, as I like to call him, he won because of this new element that we have in this city. And it is a bunch of young, spoiled sons and daughters of capitalism. It's the truth. They're not poor. Sons and daughters of capitalism who don't understand the pains of 9/11 or know somebody who came back from Afghanistan back in the day, missing arms and legs. This younger generation who never got a splinter, never got punched in the face in a bar fight defending a woman. You know, I'm saying it's sad, but it's true. And they are now going to learn the hard way. They're going to learn the hard way. If the race started all over again right now, today, all the heat I get from people, all the friends I lost, the business I lost, I don't care. If today was the election, I would put the same amount of every speck of energy that I have behind Curtis. That is the only man. You know, listen, you know what I was wrong about in this election? I was wrong because I truly believe, like back in the 90s when Giuliani won, liberals, independents, Democrats, conservatives, Republicans, all came together because the city was going down the shit. And I honestly, as a hopeless romantic, as a fourth generation New Yorker, said, it's gonna happen. And then I said, how much more rape, murder, women getting set on fire in the subways by illegal aliens, the crime, the insanity, how much more can New Yorkers take? This is the moment. And it was like, no, Curtis can't do it, the numbers ain't there. I'm like, yes, I'm telling you. And I was wrong, and I'm sad that I was wrong. But the selfish Sicilian in me, the forest must burn down in order for it to rejuvenate itself back to its original self. So that is where we are right now. And before I introduce this great man, I want to leave you with a couple of things. When Donald Trump won, the day before the election, I called it out. Look at my social media. I said, when Donald Trump wins, don't you people dare go sit back on your flatulence, stinky recliner and watch reruns of the Kardashians and think Donald Trump is going to fix everything. He's going to come to your house and fix the tire that's flat on your bike or the leaky roof. No, Donald Trump has big, big, big things to fix. It is up to us to still maintain, fight these little fires that are cooking. And here we are. We are in shit right now. We're in the shit right now. And it is up to, listen, that's what's beautiful about this organization right here, what's happening. You got to keep the fire burning. Stop counting on other people. You people need to keep the fire burning. Curtis Lee has been there. Listen, he would have cut the leash off the NYPD to calm and shut down these radical, little violent, socialist, spoiled, rotten, right, liberal anarchists. They would have shut that shit right down if he would have won. And the other thing I love about Curtis, and I'm holding a Gala next March 27th in Staten Island, all the rescue, the animal rescues. Okay, because we're tired of politics. We want to take care of some animals. And that guy right there, he cares about people, the guardian angels, about people. But that guy right there, if you don't know, this guy cares about animals like you cannot believe. So we're giving him an award for that. On the subject of animals, I had this nightmare last night that I was having oral sex with a chicken. Anyway. Ladies and gentlemen, honestly, I became friendly with this guy, and I know I'm a lot to handle, but this guy let me be part of his campaign, and that was such an honor to try to get this great man, the one guy who could have saved this fucking city. The People's Mayor Award goes to the great Curtis Lee.
Thank you. You know, I know some of you are homosexuals. All right, come. It's courtesy talk. And for those of you who crossed the line and wanted to go with Eric Adams, I hope you invested all your freaking money in his bogus Bitcoin, which was crime coin, with that crooked Frank Carone. Democrats. And look at what the Democrats did. They got some of you Republicans to go for Cuomo, so now they're coming for Nicole Malliotakis. You didn't think that would happen, did you? You thought that was a safe seat, didn't you? They're going to steal it. You hold the line or become a Democrat. Hold the line. Look at that one person here in Brooklyn, Assemblywoman Jamie Williams. Lifelong Democrat, but also got the nod of the Republicans and the conservatives. She worked with New York First, with Ronnie's great group, me, other activists to save South Brooklyn. And they said, oh, you work with Republicans? We're coming after you, Jamie Williams. We got to support her. But, well, wait a second. Do we do that to Republicans? Do we? Ina Vernikov? Do we? Oh, yeah, I'll be dropping names. I'll be dropping names. I don't forgive. One of the greatest developments in the history of the Republican Party in Brooklyn and New York City. Jimmy Wagner, if you can come up here. The Donald J. Trump Republican Party. Let's hear it for him. As you know, I come to your meetings, and you share with New Yorkers First, with Ronnie and his group. In the last meeting I came here in Dyker Heights, it made me cry. You see, Jimmy and Ronnie and your club members have not forgotten those who chose not to get vaccinated and lost their lives, lost their incomes, lost their homes, lost their pensions, lost everything. Who did that to them? Cuomo, Adams, de Blasio, Democrats. How dare any of you vote for the Democrats who destroyed these people's lives? And I sat and I listened how they're fighting in court to this day. And the anxiety and the tears. You mean to tell me that they couldn't, with one magic sweep of the wand, undo all of that, give them their back pay, give them their benefits, give them a bonus, honor them, and give them their jobs back that they wanted? Thank you, Jimmy Wagner, for not forgetting. Thank you, Republicans, for continuing that fight. And if any of you cross the line, you got plenty of sleeping to deal with, because I ain't going nowhere. Born in New York, they tried to kill me in New York, and I will die in New York. Thank you, Jimmy.
Wow. I don't know what to say. Now, who doesn't know Curtis Spear, really? I mean, ever since I was a little boy, I remember him walking the streets with his gang, with every time I saw them, I felt good. I really did. And I thank you very much for putting it all on the line, Curtis Leva. That is pretty incredible, the abuse that you took and what you do to get it. Scotty Lebedo, I never crossed the line. I was with you when you were saving the windmills. Curtis came down and spoke, saved a couple of whales. Right? Great stuff. I love the country. I love my God. I love my family. My wife is home watching. Hi, honey. My wife, Tony. I call her the first lady of the warehouse because she is. And if you get a chance to go see Melania, I understand it's a great movie. Scotty, can you give us Scotty, who was there last night at the Dollar Tree? True. Right? RFKs. Weren't you there, Scotty? I could have sworn I saw you. All right, we got some great things happening here at the Republican Club. Let me move this down a little bit. We have some awards, and I want to stay on target. I also want to tell you that there's like a 50-50 going around, and there's some other things. Hey, the club, I understand, is sponsored by a few people. I mean, every award here, if somebody gets something, and it has been sponsored. Donald J. Trump Republican Club sponsored the People's Mayor Award. That was great. Now we got something pretty good. Rising Star Republican Populist Award. And this is sponsored by Critical Sports and Entertainment. I want to thank you very much. Critical Sports and Entertainment. I saw the picture on this gentleman. He's a youngster. Elijah Diaz.
DJT, how we feeling tonight? Now this club knows I wrote something down, so I mean business. I never do this. But before I begin, I see New York in this room, so I really want to get a survey of this room. Do we have Staten Island in the house tonight? We got Queens. We got Queens. Okay, do I have Harlem? We got Harlem. What about the boogie down Bronx? Anybody? Guys, don't let me down on this one, okay? I practiced for a long time. Do not embarrass me. Is Brooklyn in here tonight? It's not easy to be a Republican in New York, Lord knows. But it's not easy to also walk into the Donald J. Trump Republican Club in Brooklyn and to deal with all the haters that this is the best freaking political club in New York City, hands down. Thank God. Most importantly, thank God. Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you, Willie, Rachel, all the club members who voted for me to have this wonderful award. Thank you. I'm super grateful, and I'm honored tonight to be here before you guys. In 2025, I was, and am still, the youngest Republican to ever run for New York City Council. And I carried that run with such great responsibility because the run wasn't just about me. See, politics isn't easy to be in at any age, you know. It's filled with scrutiny, with prejudice, chaos, and at times even real danger, as we saw last year with the murder of Charlie Kirk. But resilience is not built in comfort, it's built within the fire. We were raised on foundations that once held this country together. Hard work, discipline, faith, education, earning an honest dollar. And that's the foundation that built America. But today those values are being replaced by a system that rewards cheating, scamming, corruption, distraction, and selling yourself out for short-term gain. And who struggles in the midst of all this? It's the children. the next generation that's coming up. The kids on the playground don't see color, they don't see religion, they don't see hate. They see friends, they see playmates, they see someone who will be by their side for the rest of their lives. And then they grow up, and the system teaches them the complete opposite. It tells us to exploit those we agree with, and to despise those we disagree with. But I refuse to hate my brothers and sisters in this room. This room is my family. I don't care what political party you follow, what God you pray to, what country you were born in, or what you do when you get to your own bedroom. That's not the negativity that I'm going to allow in my environment, and it has no place in our society today. But our committee sent a message. Our committee sent a big, unapologetic F-U to the way things are done and the establishment that has done nothing but corrupt us. So I come here today to say that the old way of doing things is over. The old ideas have cracked and the old systems have fallen. It was the opening shot of a generation that was daring to lead, daring to take a stand, daring to raise a glass to freedom. Because youth is not a number, youth is a mindset. It's that New York swagger that walks into the room and says, I'm him. It's that conviction that knows that there is a God and isn't afraid to believe in him. It's that tenacity that says you can knock me down, but you better kill me to make sure I don't get back up. It's that boldness that says I'll give everything, including my life, to protect my family and for the values that I stand on. That's the message that we sent to the very system. The system that attacked working class candidates and destroyed the careers of people who dared to disobey vaccine mandates. The establishment that claims there's no money to help the sick and dying, but can spend frivolously on anything that we did not approve for our taxpaying dollars to go to. The establishment that would once call this campaign a joke, a lost cause, a failure, but I forgive them, because they forgot to mention my name, but they also forgot to they also forgot to pay a lot of people. Because as young as we are, you can call this generation whatever you want, but don't call us back when you need to learn what success is. We raised $250,000, the third largest campaign staff in New York City with this campaign. A young campaign did it. 500,000 viewers on social media. Over 60 working class New Yorkers earn wages that they've never seen before, and that's what a young candidate can do. That's what a young committee can do. And that's what young people, this next generation, is here to do. This committee united Democrats, Republicans, Independents, Black, white, Latino, Asian, Russian, Muslim, Christian, Jew, pro-Israel, pro-Palestine, pro-America, socialist, capitalist, agnostic, whatever you want to call them, working class people doing extraordinary things when people undermine them the most. People had no idea what a petition looked like are now some of the top paid and top earning and top trained canvassers and petitioners in New York City. So that 2025 election is not a loss. It's a signal and a huge opportunity for the Republican Party to open its doors and pass the torch to young people and embrace the inevitable, because let me tell you something, we are here. Did you not witness the signal from young people that are done waiting their turn, done asking for permission, done trying to fit into the broken system? This generation is not defined by the apathy that is prevalent in politics today. We're not defined by outrage. We're not defined by fake headlines. We're defined by action. We're defined by authenticity. We organize, we build, we show up. We bring people together that we're told they can never sit at the same table. And when this generation leads, we don't lead with fear, we don't lead with hate, and we won't lead by throwing Americans into boxes. We lead with courage, with competence, and conviction. Because leadership doesn't come from titles. It comes from showing up when it's difficult, from standing when it's uncomfortable, from speaking when silence would be easier. This campaign proved that the door is no longer closed. It proved that the blueprint exists, and it proves that the new generation is ready. So the question is no longer, can it be done? The next question is, who's next? And will it be a member of this Republican Party? Thank you. God bless you all.
in a local store in pharmacy. And she said, oh, Joe Bucks, I love Donald Trump. I love what you're doing. And I said, shh. Not everybody loves Donald Trump. And she said, oh, yes, they do. And she turned around to a young man and said, don't you love Donald Trump? And he said, I fucking hate him! And he attacked me. And he hit me in the head. And I said, Lord Jesus, I'm 63 years old. This 40-year-old man wants to beat me up? No way. I was a 1980 wrestling champion. I went into a double-A takedown and took him into the wall. Dislocated my shoulder. And my scream in agony. And the lady next to me going, no, no, no. This kid was about to kick my ass. And I knew I was in trouble because my shoulder was not there. And I said, Lord, I need a miracle. And you know what he did? My handsome twin brother, Johnny Boy, come flying from the dental aisle, jumped on top of the guy, knocked him on his ass, and prevented me from getting beat up any more than I was. Thank you, Johnny. Thank you. And since then, it's very hard to walk around because, you know, I have a face that people remember. So this is what I gotta do when I go around. So if you see me in my van that says Ice Ice Baby, you'll know it's me. But I want to say the Maha Award is coming out right now to the person that worked so hard for the Donald J. Trump Republican Club. Right, Jimmy? Isn't that a scout though? Did I read that right?
one of the only attorneys I trust. And someone who has been in our corner, my corner specifically, for the past 5 years. He is someone I am blessed to call a friend. Jim, we are living in a present day, David and Goliath. And you keep our slingshots loaded. And you keep our hope of winning alive. My husband and I are celebrating 6 years married next month. And I will tell you, I am not the woman he married. And I think he's been upgraded. Because before we got married, I didn't think anything of food dye, of seed oils, of pesticides, of chemtrails, of vaccines. I didn't research, I didn't refuse doctor advice, medical interventions. I put my older daughter, who is now in high school, I put her in daycare, and then I put her in the public school where I worked. And I am horrified to this day to think of her doctor visits where I just said, yeah, give her whatever she's due. Shots in this leg, shots in this leg. The accumulation of aluminum and other adjuvants and their potential side effects. But COVID and the era of mandates awakened something in me that I can attribute only to the voice of God. And I listened intently. I listened and I learned and I made the conscious decision to do better, to know better, to be better, despite the opposition that I had from friends and family. And then that that voice was mirrored by the brave medical professionals who risked their livelihoods to speak out. And this chorus overhauled my life, from the products we keep in our home, to the doctors we trust, to the health of ourselves and our children, to my career with the Department of Education. And that became a casualty of my intuition. And I would choose that again and again. And what I didn't know at the time was that I could apply my voice, my community, my place in the public forum. So my sources of information became closer to home. And I met giants of our community, many of whom are here tonight, like-minded titans who gave me the strength, the courage, the platform, not to give medical advice, but to share what I learned as a mother and remind people that we are in control of our health and our bodies. To the people here tonight, you know who you are, and you've had such a tremendous impact in my life. So I am truly touched to be considered a Maha Mom. I wear that label with pride, and I will continue to plant the seeds of informed consent and bodily autonomy, and I hope to be a trusted voice to help guide new moms, veteran moms, moms-to-be, and the dads towards a brighter and healthier future for our children. So moms and dads, as I said many, many years ago after I spoke with Del Bigtree, who is one of the highlights of my life. You were born for such a time as this, to realize how powerful you are, how much support you have in dismantling the broken systems. Listen to your gut. Read the ingredients, read the inserts, ask the hard questions, reject the gaslighting, consider the benefits of homeschooling. We homeschool our little daughter. And let me tell you, she's reading, and she started reading at 3 years old. Pay attention to the bills coming down the pipeline, and pay attention to people like John Gilmore who are telling you what is going on in this world. And fight like hell for the future you want to leave your children and your grandchildren. Thank you.
Maniscalco, in relationship, to the comedian Maniscalco. Hey, we got the next award is pretty big. It's the workhorse, right? Giddy up. My business runs very well when I'm not here because I got the people making it happen. We're so blessed. Our greatest our God. That's all I can say about it. And how welcome I want to say to our next guy, William Endorf. He works his can off. He's the workhorse. And yes, the workhorse is the workhorse. Come on, Willie. Come on, Willie.
I want to thank Jimmy for giving me the opportunity to be the Vice President of Down J Trump Club. I've met an amazing bunch of people. I have friends with so many of these, and I love it. But I will tell you, tonight was my highlight. I met Uncle Scotty for the first time. I also have to thank my wife. And for us, just doing what is asked of you is not a big deal. And just, let's get it done, man. America's America. God bless America and God bless Donald Trump. be a union prank.
That's all right, we'll work on it. Next, boys for medical freedom informed consent award. This is brought to you by dailycloud.io. Is that correct? dailycloud.io. All right, it's a very happening place. But anyway, they brought this together. That means they sponsored this award. This award is the Medical Freedom Award. The award recognizes outstanding dedication to medical freedom, informed consent, and community action. How great is that? Yes, it is, and it goes to Michael Caine. Is Michael Caine here today? Michael Caine.
Thank you so much. And it means so much more that it is sponsored by Daily Cloud. Give it up for Naomi Wolf. There is no political club in all of New York City, perhaps in all of New York State, that was formed by working class people who rally around the idea of my body, my choice. You don't tell me what you put in my body. I make that choice. That was right here. I see so many people here when this COVID battle went down that were there. I remember I rallied at the UFC, the teachers union. We had about 100 people there. And there was this pregnant woman there. And I said, hey, do you want to come speak? And she said no. And that was Rachel. 2 months later, she was there. She was speaking, fighting at City Hall when we had 4,000 people in front of City Hall saying no to the mandates, which is where I met Tremel Thompson, who came out in August 2021. Tremel then went up to Albany with us, took out his vaccine card, and he ripped it up, and he said, I don't want to be with you. I don't want to go where everybody else can't go. Because Kathy Hochul had us locked out of Albany. We had thousands of people rallying out there. And then Robert F. Kennedy Jr. ran for president. And that got me going. And then he backed Trump. And then MAGA turned to Maha. And you could draw a direct line from those rallies at City Hall, from those rallies in front of Albany against Hochul. You could draw a direct line from that to Bobby Kennedy heading the federal health agencies right now with Donald Trump as president. That came from us. That came from everybody here. And what I want to say, the big thing I want to say, and then I'm going to jump out of here, we've got to hear from some more amazing people. March 24th, rally at the Capitol. Our work is not done. Come with us to Albany, March 24th. This flyer is in your bags. The fight is not done. We need all of you to keep fighting for medical freedom. Thank you all so much. Jimmy, thank you so much.
Wow, I can't get over the people that fight for your rights. I'm going to tell you, the pandemic was a great thing for me. The pandemic was a great thing for me. Because the Chinese virus that came from China, they needed protection from the Chinese people. So I got a phone call. Hey, Joe Bucks, can you put a couple of trailers in your warehouse? I said, sure. How many? He says, I don't know, a couple. Right, John? A couple. 700 trailers came in of mask, gloves, and garbage that we never needed. And I made a lot of money with it, a lot of money. Then we found out it was a lie. Not that we found out, I believed it. I knew it was a lie. I knew it was from the beginning. My goodness, what they did to us. But
but there are great people around here. The next one up here is Jamel Thompson.
Jimmy, next time you gotta put me before Mike. He stole some of my speech. But I've been advocating for workers since 2009, and my first award comes from a Republican club, a club that they said don't respect workers' rights. That's insane. But back in 2021, I met Michael Caine, and a lot of people didn't know I was vaccinated. I was against the whole segregation part of the whole mandates because I thought it was my body, my choice. You know, they allow kids to chemically castrate themselves in this country, in this state, but they won't allow adults to decide if they want to take a vaccine or not. That just didn't sit right with me. So I decided to be on the side of the people who they didn't want to work because they wanted to make that choice. From there, I'm an MTA worker. I'm also the vice president of the union, right? To make that happen. Y'all can clap for that. Yeah. How many vice presidents do y'all see, right? Back in 2023, I got viciously assaulted at work, and I hate for it to be a part of my story. And when that happened to me, I asked God, what's the message in this? This happened February 2023. March 2023, I get a call from RFK Jr. He said he's running for president. He wanted me to come up there to Boston with him. I said, Mr. Kennedy, I can't make it, but when you come to New York, I'm going to help you out as best as I can. He kept his word. He called me in June, said he was in New York. He said, you got 2 days in my schedule. What are you going to do with it? I said, wow, Kennedy is putting his trust in a kid from Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn with his presidential campaign. Needless to say, after we ended our first day at Melba's restaurant in Harlem, a black soul food restaurant, Bobby, because he don't like me to call him Mr. Kennedy, Bobby says, you have to work for me and I'm not taking no for an answer. I actually told him no, but he won me over, and then after that I became his national voter engagement for his presidential campaign and helped him get to Trump and all that other stuff. So what we see in this change in America, we're seeing it from people in this room today. We're seeing it from these people in this room today. And I want to give a shout out to my support system. I want to give a shout out to the mother of my son, because a lot of people don't know, when you are a freedom fighter, you spend more time out the house than inside the house. And if you don't got a good partner, it would not work. 100%. So I feel your pain. Thanks to Jimmy's wife over there too for allowing him to do this. But one thing I like to say, and me and Kyrie Irving actually came up with this saying, it's called tribe season, right? Because sometimes with family is through blood, but sometimes situations make you family. And the situation we suffered in New York these past 6 years made all of us family in here today. So I would like to thank y'all. I would like to thank my team right there. Lord Jamal, Luke, Michael Caine, Lance, Smarts, Ranger. I love y'all all. And Jimmy, thank you a lot for this award, man. Don't let Mike speak before me. Wow. Right in there, I have what we got coming up. This is a big one. Tulsi Gabbard Award. I saw that on the list. It's a big one. I ever think about Tulsi Gabbard, I think of total truth, right? Total truth. No matter how much of abuse she took, she stuck to it. So I think this award means a lot. And the person that's going to get the award is what? Janine Aquafina!
This is crazy. I am quite be talk. Okay, so Jimmy Wagner says I have 2 minutes, and I think that's BS. You want the truth? It is BS. I get a lot of money from my table. I need more than 2 minutes. I have a lot of people to thank. Hi, everybody! Jimmy Wagner, I just lost the election for Brooklyn Borough President, BS because, well, we all know the guy who's in there as a clown, but I got this award tonight, and this is really special because this actually means something. This is not a political personality, popularity contest. This actually means that people think I deserve this. And Tulsi Gabbard is known for speaking the truth. She's both revered and criticized for just being honest with herself and saying what she believes is the right thing. And I think that's amazing. So I'm going to tell some truth right now. Are you ready? No, I'm kidding. I just want to thank a bunch of people who are here tonight. Melissa Vitelli says I have to thank her. If you don't know her, she's a social media amazing person who speaks the truth. Gosh, I have so many people. Gina D'Onofrio, Curtis Lima, who I campaigned with, who really made the experience amazing because it was a terrible experience, but Curtis, you really made it very special. Oh my goodness, our electives. Oh my gosh, my class, what you were singing. Oh, Joanne. So many amazing. Tramel, hello. Oscar, by the way, guys, you can be a legal immigrant. You can do things the right way. And my friend and huge supporter of my campaign, Oscar, today is celebrating 57 years in America from Colombia. He is an American citizen. The right way. It's possible, people. It may cost some money. It may be hard work, but you can do it. So let's get our act together and stop going after ICE and just, put in the work and do things the right way. Tommy Del Camo, Hugo, who else? Nicole, oh my God, Lauren. I know, who else? Am I missing anybody? Oh my God, yes, I saw you, I see you, David, Maria, so many amazing people. Jesus, okay. Am I done? 2 minutes? Wait, I want to say something else, but I can't remember. Oh, and last but not least, I'd like to thank me. Thank you. I think I'm the most important person, Jimmy. Thank you for this award, and thank you for being a huge supporter, and thank you for this club. Isn't it amazing to be in a room full of people that love this country? Let's hear it up for
I want to put him in a room with AOC. I'm pretty sure I know how that would end. Back to the program, ladies and gentlemen. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Liberty and Courage Award. Oh, that I apologize. Just to mention that the Northway Public Directory.com has supported Janine Aquafrida. You sponsored her. That's very big. All right, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Liberty Courage Award is brought to you by MyCopayApp.com. MyCopayApp. I like that. I got a lot of co-pays coming. My shoulder hurts. Please welcome John Gilmore, recognized for his courage and presentation.
Well, thanks everybody. Jimmy, thank you for this award. It's particularly meaningful to me that it's the Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Award. A little bit about my backstory is that I've been a medical freedom activist for about 25 years. My son was injured by a vaccine as an infant. He was later diagnosed with autism. And it's really severely impacted his life. And so for the last 25 years, I've been going to Albany and going to Washington and getting legislation passed and doing whatever I could to sort of make things better for my son and people like him and to make sure that those kinds of injuries didn't happen. And along the way, I got to know Bobby Kennedy. As a man I have great respect for. He basically was the prince of one of America's greatest political dynasties. And in the pursuit of truth and pursuit of doing the right thing for people like my kids, he basically made himself a pariah. Right? He lost jobs. He was fired from Pace. He couldn't get anything published anymore. But he stuck to it because he knew he was right. And that really means something to me. And I've worked with him off and on over the years. And you know, when I first started this work, and I think this is important, my first piece of legislation, I had a Republican sponsor in the Senate, Dean Skelos, if you remember him, and then I had Harvey Wiesenberg, a Democrat, in the Assembly. And in those days, you could go to Albany, you could talk to people, have reasonable conversations, and you could solve problems. Well, I see a lot of heads shaking that, yeah, that was then, that is not now, right? The world has changed, right? And it really started changing about 10 years ago or so, depending, and it changed for the better, right? That rational way of doing things, that problem solving, this like shared group identity kind of disappeared. And with that, I think all of us saw this gradual erosion of our personal liberties. I mean, on the issues with medical freedom, we really saw that in 2019, when out of nowhere, for no particular reason at all, democratic states around the country started eliminating religious exemptions for vaccine mandates to go to school. And unfortunately, New York was one of them, right? And that was under Cuomo, and he really came down like a ton of bricks on people in a really cruel fashion. And that kind of set the pace for COVID, right? I mean, with COVID, you could basically start at the top of the Bill of Rights and just take a pen and scratch off right by right all the way down to the bottom. And that tendency to do that has not gone away, right? It is still out there, and we're still fighting. And one thing I also wanted to mention is about a couple years ago, we kind of see the way things were going, and I got together with a couple of people, and we put together a super PAC, and shortly afterwards, Bobby Kennedy announced he was going to run for president, and of course we backed him, and the first thing I did was hire Michael Keane over there. And we spent 2 years trying to get him elected. And then something really, really important happened, right? Is MAHA and MAGA fused, right? And that is powerful. That got us the House, right? That kept us the Senate. That got us the White House. And we need to keep that MAGA-MAHA fusion going. And I have no doubt that we can do that. And I think one of the best signs of that is when things were really, really dark here in New York, darker here probably than anywhere else during the COVID days, Jimmy stepped up. Thank you, Jimmy. And he wasn't standing for it, he was fighting for us. Right? And out of that, we've got the Donald J. Trump Club, which I think is one of the greatest organizations out there. I'm so happy to be here. I'm so honored to be So with that, just thank you very much, Jimmy. Thank you, Donald J. Trump Club, and thank the rest of it.
There's something spectacular happening. I feel it. I feel so deeply that the Spirit moves me and puts me in positions and places that I never, ever dreamed of. And this is one of the moments that's come over me. I have watched this next amazing woman on TV through Steve Bannon, and truth, 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 truth. That's all I ever heard from her. And now she is here to announce the next award in her honor. Dr. Amy, please.
Thank you so much. Wow. Well, I've been many, many places around the world in my life, and I've met many people who are held up as models of celebrity and fame and notoriety and achievement. And for 40 years I've been in public life, and I've never stood in a place as meaningful to me as where I'm standing right here tonight. And of all the people I've met who are celebrated by the world, by the media, I've never met people I respect and honor and love as deeply as the people who are here in this room tonight. And the reason for that, I don't need to belabor it, you've seen it. I have never been in a room in which people were yelling for 3 hours in excitement about the United States of America. And it's so easy to forget in the distraction and chaos of our lives and social media and legacy media that we actually live in the greatest country, not only that exists today, but that humanity has ever imagined and executed and brought to being on this planet. And that we actually are blessed by documents like the Constitution and the Bill of Rights that are, I think, divinely inspired. But not only were they divinely inspired, human beings rose to the challenge that God set to them and said, yes, we're going to write this down, and we're going to codify it into law, and we're going to live by it. Dignity, autonomy, self-determination, liberty. We're going to do it, we're going to mean it. So you all are going to be written into history, if history is properly written, as the ones who didn't back down. You didn't say, we will submit, we will accept injustice. You said no. You lived up to the legacy of our founders. You lived up to that original contract, because the Constitution and Bill of Rights is a contract. You stood in the breach for this country and for your fellow citizens. And so that's why I'm so honored to be here with you tonight. I don't need to belabor all the things that happened because of people like Jimmy Wagner and Athena Clark, who I'm about to introduce. All the people you've heard from tonight, we are not looking at the quarantine camps that Governor Hochul has prepared for us. We're looking at a different reality. That's because of all of you. And that's why I'm so honored to be with you here. So I'm gonna let it go with this. I had the great joy and privilege of advising a friend who ran for city council, District 46. She won 1 out of 4 votes in her district, coming from no one had heard of her, knew who she was, and that was an extraordinary sweep. She didn't win the election, that's for next time, but it was an extraordinary piece. She was assisted by Sean Prober. Could you stand up for just a minute? Sean Prober of Daily Gala. And of course the power behind the throne, Kelsey Prober and Baby Art, who are here all the way from Illinois. And also other heroes are sitting at our table, the Metaxases, the George Jarkofis, Netza Jarkosi, the Rico brothers, amazing people. But what I really want you to know is Athena Clark was a teacher, a special ed teacher who was mandated, and she didn't say no, she didn't curl up and say, okay, that's fine, there's no hope. She decided to run for city council, and Jimmy Wagner supported her election or her candidacy. And when I first met these people, I thought, well, this is quixotic, this is a long shot, these are people I really respect, and so we're gonna throw in our, we're gonna do it all with them. And she changed, I think she changed District 46. She inspired thousands of people. She got 10,000 votes, And I think she's got a huge future. Huge future. I think I'm sitting with a great journalist who are both like, this is a giant story that Louis Caro and Janine Aquafreda and Athena Clark, you know, these candidates ran and are going to keep running for leadership in Brooklyn. But she's the future of Brooklyn. And her strength and her courage and her integrity set the bar. And she may not be in city council right now, but she's going to be part of the retribution when the socialists are run out of town. So with that, I give you Athena Clark, who I've been so honored to work with. First of all, this is so dope. Thank you. So for those of you who do not know, Dr. Naomi is my shero, and I don't even have words to describe what it means to have her present me. And thank you to all of you who are here tonight. Give yourselves a round of applause. You deserve it. So 4 years ago, I said no to the vaccine mandate. And I remember when that happened, I saw individuals like Rachel, like Matt, like John, like Michael, like Tramel. And I was like, wow, they're so amazing. I could never do something like that. Here I am, someone who ran for office. If you were to know me, if I come into a room, I just say, hi, hi, hi. Making a speech is something I would never thought in a million years. It's something that I would do. I want to say thank you to God, because without Him, this would have never happened. And, you know, if you know Jimmy Wagner, my amazing attorney / bestie, he always thanks the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And in all honesty, without our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, these 4 years I would not have made it at all. I want to say thank you to my husband, Brian, who, can I get you to stand? Thanks, baby. Who also helped convince me to run for office. My amazing sister, who's recording so I can't make her wave, because I have a 2-year-old, and running for office while having a toddler is not something easy to do. But my mother-in-law, my sister, my other sister, my mom, they made this possible. Willie, Sandra, Janine, Elijah, I love you guys so much. You're a family. And that's what DJT gave me. They gave me a family. For those of us who said no, they know how lonely it was. How many times you thought to yourself, am I doing the right thing? Who's gonna pay the rent? Who's gonna pay the mortgage? Do I need to sell my house? What's gonna happen to my car? But here we have a community of people who think like us, who feel like us, and you don't feel so alone. Thank you to Curtis, because I will never forget, every time I speak, I always talk about Curtis, because Curtis always stood beside us. He always said, you guys didn't do anything wrong, and if I get in office, you're getting your jobs back. You're getting your back pay. Don't worry about it. You're the hero. And you want to know something amazingly funny? We know the snowstorm happened last week. And Mayor Mandami got on, Instagram, social media, and thanked the city workers. How are you thanking city workers when half of us are fired and you refuse to bring us back? So it's either you stand with us or not. Choose where you are. It's a slap in the face as a city worker. Ask someone who worked through COVID. Ask someone who got COVID while she was working. But
Thank you also to my table over there in the back, filled with so many different people who are not Republicans, but they're supporters. And that's something that we need to really take into consideration. It's not about Republican, it's not about Democrat. We need to get to the root cause of what's going on in America and focus on common sense and holding people accountable regardless of their political affiliation. I don't care if you don't like Trump. I don't care if he's doing something that makes sense, applaud it. And if he's doing something that's not wrong, call it out. But we can't have rules for thee and rules for me. It doesn't work. And lastly, thank you. Who am I going to thank right now? Jimmy Wagner. Because it was his bright idea to take one of us and have us run for office. And I thought it was a random choice that he just called me and said, hey Athena, do you want to run? And it literally wasn't until the last week of the election cycle when he said, oh no, I ran data on you. He was like, no, I ran data on you. I seen the district, I saw who you were, and I said, okay, we'll see how this works. And I was like, oh, okay. And I actually was even more flattered at that because it was like, I'm investing in you because I believe in you. And that's what we need to do. We need to find more people that we believe in, that we want to invest in, that can make a change. Because the change starts with us, and we have to be the change, like Terrell likes to say that, be the change that we want to see. So thank you, Jimmy. Thank you, Sean. I love you, Sean. Thank you, all of you. Thank you, Dr. Naomi, Matt. There's a whole room. Thank you.
Wow, that was absolutely amazing. Every minute of this program tonight, I've been so paying attention because it's amazing how great our God is. Right? You got the God of the Old Testament, and you got the extended version 104 that I'm part of the New Testament. Anyway, Donald J. Trump means a lot to me, and he changed our life when he said he was going to close the borders and close the fentanyl, because that's what got me involved. And then I took a step further on January 6th. I watched the lion insurrection. I don't know what came first. Was the lion pandemic, then the lion? I can't keep up with the lies. But they were all lies. And tonight it's about the bullshit pandemic, I gotta tell you. But I did make a lot of money. And when I wanted to tell you what I did with all the money I made, I gave everybody in my place to work for me raises. I bought motorcycles for everybody that worked for me. A couple of Corvettes here and there. A pickup truck, didn't matter. New teeth. Because that's what I had to do. Then I built the America First warehouse. And I love what Jimmy Wagner did, because there's one common denominator, Jimmy Wagner, and it's you. The last award tonight, right? The big one, I think it's the big one. It goes to Donald J. Trump. No, I'm sorry. First of all, Party Events. I want to just say that that is a very good company. America First Warehouse is utilized for the services. Party, like the Boston Tea Party, Joe. Like the Boston Tea Party, right, Party? This award is brought to Donald J. Trump. No, I'm only kidding again. But Councilwoman Joanne Arreola. My goodness gracious. Fearless leadership. Come on up, fearless leader.
I'm so pleased to be here tonight and to be among people of like minds. And I love that there are people from other boroughs here to support the Donald J. Trump Club. Our state chairman is here, Ed Cox, to support the Donald J. Trump Club. supporting each other, not turning on each other. We have to be like the Democrats and the DSA. We have to support and coalesce around each other. But when I was elected council member back in 21, I wanted my administration to be one of honesty and hard work. And I wanted advocacy to be the focus. And I wanted to make sure that it encompassed faith and family and freedom. Because that's what America is. My amazing chief of staff and dearest friend, Phyllis Cicerello, is here with me tonight. And honestly, I share every award with this woman. Because she came to me one day and she said, you know what, there's a fireworks department lieutenant, Matt Connor, and he happens to be here tonight. There he is, Matty. And he told us about people whose civil rights were being taken away from them because they didn't want to get a vaccine. Because they had reasonable accommodation because their doctors said that they were allergic because they didn't believe in it because of religion. And they couldn't get a reasonable accommodation and they were being fired. They were being made to retire. And they were made to lose their jobs. Immediately, we sprang into action with them. And in working with them, we found so many other people like Michael Caine. Because it wasn't just the firefighters, it was municipal workers. So then it just continued to grow. But it became the focus of what our mission was. And I always say to people who run for office, the wonderful candidates that spoke tonight, even though this was not your successful year, you will win at your appointed time. I did not win the first time, but at my appointed time, when people needed me to be an advocate, was when I won. So keep trying, don't give up. When we began the journey, we started to make strides. And Phyllis began to uncover lies. And we worked so closely with all the full choice groups. And they're brilliant people. And then we were calling the law department and telling them, no, you're wrong. And we're calling the mayor's office for the former mayor, tell them you're wrong. We hijacked the Civil Service and Labor Committee and told them you're wrong. And those videos went viral, but they came and testified. And because of that, we were able to get over 100 people their jobs back before the mandate was lifted. That was pretty awesome. And that woman right there, she didn't take no for an answer. And our office didn't take no for an answer. And we just continued to fight. And then we thought, hey, the mandate got lifted. So this is great, we're gonna go back, they're all gonna go back to work. But it was just one more of Adam's lies. And so many times people said to me, you know, Joanne, we called so many elected officials' offices, but you picked up the phone. You answered the email. And I want to say the same thing to Jimmy Wagner tonight. You picked up the phone when we called and we needed you to go into court and fight against unfair waivers that were being made to be signed by people who should never have signed it and who should have just gotten their job back. Yes. And all through this journey, we met amazing people. Jimmy, you are one of a kind. You're one in a million. And the fact that you do it all without charging a nickel just shows that you are a blessing to everyone who knows you. Because if you fight hard enough, you'll find common sense people like yourself. You'll find people that you will hold the line for. And Curtis, we did hold the line. We held that line. We held the line. And if things had gone the way we wanted, there wouldn't be 14 dead homeless people right now because of the cold. I don't fight from some ivory tower. I fight in the trenches. Phyllis and I are dogged about it. And every time there's a change in the political current, we just continue to grow and we continue to make sure that our voices are heard. our current mayor wanted to meet with me. I refused. So on a Saturday night, late, I got a phone call, and it was him. I picked up the phone because it said some type of film company. It says mother was still paying his phone bill. And he said, I want to know what you need. And I said, I need municipal workers to come back to work today. I need a promise that every guy was made on his way out the door, that was the biggest lie ever told, that they could come back if they got their paperwork in by a certain date. I need you to keep that promise. I haven't heard back yet. But thank you all for believing in us. We believe in you. I will always fight for Republican, conservative, common sense values because they are what embody this United States of America. And I'm looking forward to just continuing to roll up my sleeves and fight. And we will make sure that everyone that wants their job back gets their job back. And it doesn't matter who, you know, whether or not they had an Article 78 or they had to sign a waiver, they couldn't sign a waiver, they shouldn't sign a waiver. All we want is the administration to do the right thing. And that's what we'll continue to push. You have my word on that. Jimmy, I know you'll be there, right there with us. And you know, we have a motto, I kind of stole it from someone else. But if someone tells you no, you're asking the wrong person. Phyllis and Cirillo, come up here and accept this with me because you are absolutely instrumental. She said, who's going to take the picture? I don't care. Phyllis belongs up here. Nobody does anything alone. Thank you so much.
Wow, I'm blown away. Again, thank you very much, America First, Peoples, right? Now, Jimmy asked me to speak at here, because he said, you're gonna be the MC, and I'm like, the Motor Club? What are we doing? No, Joe, you're gonna speak. I said, I don't really speak in front of people that much. You know, but I got a little experience, and when I came in, I wasn't sure how we should start. I was gonna do the old-fashioned way. My name is Joe, and I'm an alcoholic. Oh, it's the wrong meeting. I get confused. This country is on a great trajectory. We are going to win, win, win. I feel it. I see it. This club inspires me so much because the money that I made, which was a lot, but not so much anymore, it was a lot, right? I went from 300,000 square feet back to 60,000. It was really incredible negotiating back and forth with the big line. Oh, they gave me cards, right, to hand out at the pods. Right? So my son wants to go to the game. He goes, Dad, I can't go, I get the shot. But you're not getting the shot. We got Yankee tickets, you're not getting the shot. He goes, how am I going to get a card? And I looked. I said, I got one right here. He said, it's not signed. I signed it. Dr. Joe the Bucks. Show them at this statement and go to the Yankee game. Don't give me that baloney. Here we are today, and I love this club. I love what Jimmy, you're incredible. And I am inspired here, and I don't know if it's possible because, you know, I don't want to break any rules. I don't want to break any laws. I don't want to do something I'm not supposed to do. But Jimmy made a club here called the Donald J. Trump Republican Club. I'm in Suffolk County, not too far. At the end of the train station. I got a kick-ass place called the America First Warehouse. And now it's the America First Media and Television. Man, we got some state-of-the-art shit going on in there. Even I'm blown away. My cross is up there, I walk in, I say, Lord, give me my direction, and He takes me in these incredible places. And here I am tonight, I want to thank every one of you. Curtis, my brother, I love you. I'll tell Rudy how good you look tonight. Oh, I got a text before, Tom Holman. Anybody know who he is? Wow. He said, Joe, it was a text, I wasn't listening.
you know, it came on my phone. So I looked at it, he said, here's my new number. What? General Flynn, everybody, Peter Navarro, oh, Pete, one that I didn't see, but I have incredible things with Charlie Kirk. I saw him at events, but never was there, but he was so close to coming and seeing us. And the devil will do anything to stop us. My point is, I'm driven, and I am revelation tonight that I believe my incredible warehouse should be Donald J. Trump Republican Club. Boom! Let's think about it.
We will. I want to say, we're wrapping up. Thank you, everybody, so much. Somebody who did come in during the night is our New York State Republican Chairman, Ed Cox. So everyone, let's give him a round of applause, but I'm going to put you on the spot. So everything we've done here tonight, everything you see, all these people here, we're from the rank and file. We're from the public sector workers. It was a Republican governor who put in the Taylor law. I'm sure you're aware what the Taylor law is. The Taylor law is what keeps my public sector workers as second-class citizens. It keeps us under the boots of the Democratic Party. We need the Republicans to correct this. We need a full repeal of the Taylor law. We need that. Yeah, clap it up, everybody. You talk. We need. There is going to be no more public sector workers being treated as second-class citizens. We need due process for all our workers. We need medical freedom. Chairman Cox, I'm just asking you to consider. My club will fund it. What we'd like to do is open one of these clubs in every county in the state, with me and my wife will personally fund this ambition that will be dedicated to public sector workers, who the Republican Party is going to invite us with open arms. Please, final remarks, Chairman. Let me know if we can give me that charge. We're going to get it done.
President Wagner, thank you for your leadership of this great club. Let's give him a hand. By the way, you know, I represented a public service union, public workers union for 10 years, the Sergeants Benevolent Association. And guess what? In 2009, we won the 4 years of Lords. How about that? With no retros. All you public workers, you know what that means, right? Yeah, that's the kind of, that's what we fight for. That's what we fight for. You bet. All right. I love the energy in this room and the energy of your awardees. So I want to ask you some questions. Who believes that Curtis Sliwa should be the mayor of New York City? And who believes that America should be put first? And who here believes in MAGA? You know, this kind of energy, we can win, and win big, and we will. Come November, we are going to defeat Governor Hochul. And this will be the sweetest governor. We're going to defeat the Attorney General Tish James. And you know, we've got the energy, we've got the right principles. Look, we believe in freedom. That's the most important. Freedom. That's the first. We believe in opportunity. We believe in accountability. Absolutely important. And we believe in the least government is the best government. Local government should be over any other government. That's where it should be controlled in the end. And we believe in public safety, and we believe in a strong national defense. Those are our principles. And we fight. Look, I also want to thank Brooklyn. Brooklyn, you know, you've been winning big for Republicans. In 2022, you won 3 of
southern Brooklyn. That was a huge accomplishment. And in 2024, thanks to Chairman Marcellian, we found that Steve Chang broke the supermajority by getting elected. He broke the supermajority in the state Senate, and that's actually absolutely crucial. So, and by the way, we are not only going to win those statewide offices, but we're also going to win congressional seats like we did in 2022 when we made the majority in the House of Representatives and got Nancy Pelosi fired as Speaker. But this time, we are going to win like we did in 2022 with those congressional seats, and that's going to give a historic majority into President Donald J. Trump so he can govern for the last 2 years of this administration and complete his America First agenda. So I thank you for what you're doing. We're fighting for our country, we're fighting for New York State. You know, like Lee Zeldin, he campaigned to save New York. With your energy, we can save New York, and we can keep New York as the brightest light on that great city on the hill, the United States of America. God bless you, and thank you for your hard work.
And before we wrap up, I just have two people that I have to thank. Kelly O'Brien and Adriana Farrow, and Elsa, right here. They actually are my team that put this all together. Everything you see here, Kelly, Adriana, Elsa, you are the best. Thank you so much. Enjoy, everybody. Enjoy. We have room for another half hour. Keep drinking. You can dance, you can party. Maybe we'll get some punch jump up to get beat down. Oh, my apologies. And we're going to do the raffle right now. We have 2 raffles. Everyone check their pockets for the tickets.